Hello, Shaylee and Blake. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. It's me in the basement, just kind of getting some orientation, getting myself situated. That's the main sewer stack pipe that I went into to access the pipe. We drop right into some pretty decent looking cast iron. Cast iron does get coarse on the inside, it corrodes on the inside. When it gets old enough, it starts to flake. That's an inlet right there on the left hand side of your screen. Something else draining into the pipe. Another inlet above coming up, right there, that white section right there. Typical, normal, just other pipes feeding into this main drain line. But so you're gonna have some scaling. It's gonna get bumpy. This actually looks fairly decent, knowing the age of the house. And then a relatively quick transition to clay sections. Vitrified clay pipe, like we talked about earlier today, they're fitted together, just pressure fitted. So you're gonna have these little offsets. Notice where the water is. We're not defying gravity. That's the bottom of the pipe, obviously. My camera head doesn't self-level, so that's wherever the water is, that's the bottom of the pipe. Ultimately, it's a circle, so it doesn't matter too much where up and down is. In our case, it's going to matter a little bit, because a little offset like right there and right here that's on the bottom of the pipe, it's not going to slow me down. Right? I'm going to be able to get past these little offsets. They're typical, they're normal. On the bottom of your screen, that's cobweb, it's not a crack. Another offset here, again, small enough where I can jump over it. Not a big deal at all. But then we get to this guy right here. So right at about 58 feet. That's big enough where I'm not going to be able to get over that. Now, most likely, again, keep in mind the water's the bottom of the pipe. So if the pipe is angled down, which is typical when you start to approach the city connection, in our area, normally it's 2, sometimes 3 downward turns into the pipe. So if the pipe is angling down, right, then you're going to have that lip at the bottom. It may be more pronounced than you want it to be. It's not holding a bunch of stuff. It's not blocking anything. Like I said, I ran a lot of water, and you'll see the water coming here in a moment. I turned on, here it goes. So I tried to get about as much water as I could going to be able to flow over it. Unfortunately, the clean out cap for the access into the pipe was up on the pipe, so I couldn't run any water from upstairs. If it was a floor clean out, what I would have done is I would have gone upstairs and turned on all the fixtures that I could, flush the toilet, run the bathtub to try to flood out the pipe and then get over that. But I couldn't do that because that water would just come jetting out of the main sewer stack pipe. So I'm going to try here for about 3 or 4 minutes to get things going and get over it, but I'll never be able to get over it. Maybe not 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. My hunch is that we are relatively close to the city connection, knowing the orientation of the house in relationship to the street. And I'd say that we're fairly close. And again, we've got a lot of water running, even more coming up here in a minute. And nothing is being held up. Everything is draining properly, no backups or anything like that. Yeah, here comes that bigger flood of water. Still, the other thing is I don't generally like to use my camera head as a battering ram and try to smash it past this. As much as I could try to get over it, I just could not. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I complete this task, and as I start to pull back, feel free to watch the return journey. And as always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need any help or if I can be of service. I'm always happy to be a resource.